Hi guys, welcome to another edition of My Business Navigator. This is part 4 of a 4-part series of developing our Instagram lower thirds call to action. Now, each week we've been implementing something a little bit different. This week is going to be exiting out with the particle emitter. So stay tuned. Let's get to the other side and get into it. So hey guys, welcome back to another edition. As I said in the intro, we're going to be finishing off our Instagram lower thirds icon that we've been working on for the previous 4 weeks, or 3 weeks I should say. It's been a long process. There's been a lot of goofs, a lot of learning curves, and so anyway, before we get going on this, I do want to, I always give credit where credit is due. We are going to be using a lot of information that JR out of this video right here, I should put a link here above, basically I learned a lot of what I'm doing in this particular video right from here. So, but what he does here is he brings in the Google emblem, and what I'm going to be doing here is taking out the Google emblem. So what are we looking to do today? Wow, I down the screen here, so here we go. Except for I gotta bring it over onto the right screen. So this right here is what I'm looking at. Let me make sure I got the right screen up. All right, so from the get-go, what I did in addition is I created this ball. Remember I mentioned I'm not sure how I'm going to bring this in, and I gotta tell you, creating this intro is very time consuming and painstaking. Really what I used a lot of what we've been doing in the past into this right here. The only exception is I used a 3D sphere into a 3D render instead of doing the Creat Bump. Everything else is pretty much exactly what we've been doing. So we got that, goes down into a puddle here, and then just have the icon coming up above. Now, so we've been up to this part, up to this week, right? And what we're going to be doing this week is, as you'll see here, wait a minute here. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's what we're up to so far, right? And what we're going to be adding in this week is, I believe this one here has it. Yeah, that erase there. So one of the things that I want to mention is going back into where we did our, the slider, the slide out that we placed our text on. I made a change from that video there and basically moved, and this is in case you guys are following along and want to know exactly what I did. The major thing is I moved the slide out times for the slider. So if you open up your spline, take the base mask and color mask that I used in basically highlight, or select, I should say, select these guys down here, move them. I believe that they're back here at like 40 or something like that, and I moved them up so this way the furthest one back is sitting on key marker 65, and the reason being is because of timing with how the particle, how the intro and all that works. So I did that, and the other thing that I did that is going to create a bit of a different look is I added a rectangle right here to basically hold out the slides that basically slide out and then has your name on. So the reason why I mention that is, as you look at what we're going to be doing today, what you'll see there is that it has a bump there. Actually, I don't know. I'm not going to worry about showing it right now because you're going to see it here. So I did that, and if you want to know how I did that intro, leave me some comments down below. I will come back and do a video on that, on how I did the intro with the ball coming up in the air. I just got to say, it was extremely time consuming for me to do it and basically figure it out. So I want to make sure that I do it a few more times if you're interested, and before I do it live here on video. So the particle render, the reason why I have all these set out like this is that the particle render is going to take a lot of computing power and processor power to be able to run. So I made sure to take some notes to put numbers in and kind of know where things stand, so we get with it. Now, same thing as usual here is I just created a new timeline and a new fusion composition, and within that, just highlight that fusion composition, then marked out at 10 seconds. So if we come all the way up here, we will see this is at the 10-second mark. So now we'll come into the workspace, and what you see here, I have already uploaded, or loaded in, I should say, the media out, everything put together with the ball sliding up, have that guy, and have our slider coming out, and it just sits there basically. So what we need to do is we need to, I'll just stop that. I'm going to bring it out here. So the reason why I'm bringing this up all the way to this point is so that the sliders are extended all the way out. Now, the reason, let me go back a little bit here. If you recall, I just mentioned about the sliders, how I masked out those sliders and they don't show in that render. The reason why I mentioned that is if you look here, it bumps this out as of right here and not all the way at the other end of the slider. So we have that going on. And also too, I believe that I added this background part here to the Instagram logo instead of having it be transparent right there. Kind of gives it a little bit more depth. So first thing that I'm going to do from here is I'm going to create a merge. And the reason why I'm going to create a merge is I'm going to do two things. One is learn that we need to give this a transparent background, and the reason why we want to give this a transparent background is that we're going to be using several merges to make this happen. And at each of those, we need to make sure that we're introducing that transparent background into the effect. Now, I tried doing this with the Boolean channels. Did not have as good of results as I did with the merge nodes here. So we're going with the nodes, and so what I want to do is I'm going to, within the first merge, and actually I need to switch these around here, so I'm going to go Control T to switch them around, and I'm going to bring this down to size 0.75. The reason why I want to bring that down to size 0.75 is I want to give the particles enough space to move off the screen and drop down on the screen. Right here, there's not as much space to have that visual effect of the particles. And that's really what this whole segment has been about, getting to the particle renders and being able to throw particles everywhere and give it that nice look, right? Now, with that said, let me see here. We need to make, merge. So what I'm doing here is I'm doing Shift Spacebar, and remember, doing Shift Spacebar brings up this select tool here, and we're going to need another merge. So I'm just going to bring those two out and bring this guy down here. Both of these are really going to set up the same way. It's just that we need one to be able to, we need one path to go into the particle shift, and we need another to go another way. So there we go. We got this guy. Give me. All right. So the reason why we want to have two of these is that one of them is going to be basically to have the image in, and then we're going to have another merge. The other merge is basically going to just be a little slit that's going to allow that we're going to feed into the particle emitter to start basically shooting out particles. So spacebar, I'm going to do two rectangles here. So there's the first one and the second rectangle. So we'll bring this rectangle up here, and feed that guy into the particle or I'm sorry, into the merge, feed this guy into the merge. This path down here is going to end up being our basically letting our image in, and I need to switch those two. So now basically this is going to be my foreground. Remember, this is background, right? So background is up here. If it'll come up, I guess it's not going to come up, but yellow is for the background, green is for the foreground. So want to increase our width. Oh, one thing I want to do too is I want to just set a set domain here, just so that's within the domain. It'll help out the processing power later. All right, so coming back over here to our rectangle that we have up here on this screen, is we want to bring the width, so we're letting in the entire social media lower thirds. And from there, what we can do, we have that in, and basically I want to take that and we're going to make this, see here, I just had to check my notes for the times that I set everything up. So probably at 201 at 0.5, and I want to make a key mark there, and I do want to bring that in. That'll be fine like that, and actually leave a little bit of space in there. So 201 at 0.5, and then we're going to go to key marker 241. At 241, going to move this back. Make sure that it's definitely out of here. Something like that. So we just go negative 0.24. Plenty of room, get it off the screen. Now, you see here that this is all the way outside the screen there. One thing that I learned is that the computer is actually still trying to render all this stuff over there. So apparently the set domains is you'll reset the domain within this range. Now, one thing I am curious about though is that as I'm looking here, must be that guy. Okay, so this guy is, I want to take the width of him to about, well, bring him, let's see, a little over 1.25, and it might seem wide, but it might seem wide, but here's the thing though, is that if you bring it too close together and you use the spline, what happens is it'll start being choppy, and I'm going to spline smooth this out, so at some point as it moves really fast, it's not wide enough to cover a full frame. And what happens is that you have one frame here where it's in particle emitters over here, and then particle emitters over here, and then the section between my thumb will be no particle emission, and it won't look right. It doesn't have that nice seamless look to it. So that's the reason why I am bringing that far apart. We'll play around with the soft edge here after a bit, but let me see, time code, go to time code 190, and there at time code 190 we're going to put a timestamp and then a time code 200, and we'll see here, bring this guy this way, because we don't want to be emitting particles till we're ready to exit out. And so X, boom, 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 boom. So somewhere right around there. I like that. And so then at time particle 200, that's 10 frames later, 91, 97. bring this in just a little bit. And what this is going to do is just give us some particle emissions here on the very end, kind of as a little teaser, and then it's going to shoot off. It kind of gives it, to me anyway, gives it a pretty darn nice effect. So then here at 45, we'll go to 45, go to 0886. Want to take that all the way out. That should be good. And if we look here, I want to take a look in relation, not to that guy. How about to this guy? There we go. We see that we are plenty off. I want to take it out a little bit further, just so that we don't interrupt there with a soft edge. When we do, actually, I'll bring it back. Maybe we'll see what that soft edge is doing. So right there we go. And now from here, this is going to be some fun stuff now. Oh, well, we got one more merge that we got to do. This merge here is, I guess, I like to call it like my quality control. The reason why I say my quality control is that without this merge right here, it would be, let's just say it wouldn't look right. We want this guy is, wow, there we go. Alt, coming to this merge. Background, come to this guy, foreground. There we go. That's what we want to see. Right now should be nothing on the screen, which is correct. Now, mind you, because I have the numbers written, down pretty good, I know exactly where we're at. And what you're seeing here is this is where the particles are going to be emitting. This is saying, okay, emit these particles, and this is wiping out. So I got this matched actually really good, where the O is there and then the O is here. So it's as it's emitting particles, it immediately is moving off the screen. So good deal. That's what I want to see. So from there, let's actually let's take these two here and go into the spline window before we go any. And F4, actually just work with one set at a time. How about there we go. Use that guy. Highlight them all, but really, and then hit the S and kind of smooths this part out a little bit. Give that a nice little groove there. But then, this is really the two that we want. And I want to bring, I believe, this guy here. What is that? Almost 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4, 5. Come on. Something tells me I want to bring that guy there. Yeah. Kind of do something like this. Okay, so this is, I had it a little bit backwards. What I want to do is actually bring this down. I'm sitting there thinking, we want to start off slow and then bring it in fast, right? So we'll bring this all the way up to where that marker is, to 245. And go in 15 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And bring him back to right about here. This guy, I might adjust him just a little bit, but we'll go with the other rectangle. Select both as well. Do the S for smooth out. And so we got 45 is where, or 41 rather, right? So we'll do, first bring all the way back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Actually 15's there. Go. So now if we're looking at these two curves, there we go. They should be very similar. This guy is not. So we're going to take a look at that. 44, 45. So he should lag there just a little bit. I know what it is. Because this guy is up. If I can get this, I want to try to make them so this way. The reason why this is important, kind of doing this, what I'm doing right now, is it lines it up and makes sure these two kind of stay in unison. You see how he's ahead of this guy there? I mean, it's not so bad, but at the same time, you kind of may not want to do that. So, and actually, as I think about it, now I do want to I need to bring those back to another spot because of timing issues with the other units. So let's go 250. What I have marked down here, 268. Okay, 268 and 266. So let's go 266. This is see, 266 rectangle 2. Highlight both of them, or all three markers. And the nice thing about these being locked is now I can drag these back here, and they will go nice and fun-loving style. Bring that to there, and go back 2 more spaces. Grab both of them. This guy back here. Good. 2 marks. Back a little. Bring him a little bit more back, and we'll bring this guy. Sorry, that annoys me when I don't have that line just right. There we go. See, now we're looking at this. They look much more in tandem with each other, and that's what I want. That's a very interesting how. Okay, so that's showing there, and he's lagging behind just a little bit. Okay, I could deal with that. So now what we're going to do, and why I wanted to do all this other work when I did it, is because the next steps actually that come into play are going to eat up a lot of RAM and processing power. You're going to see this jump up to 70, even 80 at times. So if you haven't worked with a particle emitter before, don't worry, I haven't done it much either, but they're really cool and really powerful. But with every particle emitter, you need to have a particle render. And so the particle emitter, when we come into this, we want to, let me see here, first bring this down to bitmap, all right, underneath the region, and the bitmap will allow for this input to now come into play. Now, once we get into the bitmap, there's another piece that we need to change, another setting. Okay, now that other piece is when we come over here to color, use the color from region. And basically what that is saying is that's going to say use this color in here to create your particles. Now, with that said, we have our number of particles. Let me see here. Border width, soft edge. I was going to say that does not look like what we want. The number of particles that we want to emit, and let's make this at 2000 right now. Now, forewarning that the number of particles that you emit out of here, the more that you emit, the higher your usage of your RAM is going to be. So let's do that. And now we come over here, we should be able to play this, and I'm just going to pause this while that's rendering. All right, there we go. We got have that rendered. Now, one thing that I forgot to mention here is that As soon as this popped up, I realized that I did this. You see that it's rendering everything out into a 3D space. We don't need it to be 3D right now. We're working in a 2D plane, so our output needs to be 2D and is going to go through the whole render process again. But I'm going to end up pausing this quite a bit as we add. There's a couple more things here that we need to add, but I'll pause it for us, so this way it saves you the time watching my computer chug along, preparing everything for us to watch. All right, and so let me go ahead and pause it real quick. It's almost done, but now you see that it's that here we have our render and our particle emitters. Now they're just kind of sitting there, and I can play this forward a little bit. I should be able to. Let me see. There we go. If I have that screen selected, and you see everything just kind of sits there, which is okay, but we need something to happen with them. So what we're going to do is we can add, just select that, and I'm going to hit Shift Spacebar to bring up my tool select, and I'm going to do directional force. And with this directional force will allow me to basically simulate gravity. And I'm going to put that down to half strength, so 0.5 or 0.05 I should say. And what that's going to do is that renders out. It's going to allow the particles to drop naturally as the screen moves across. Now, as you see here, it's slowly ramping up, and I want to just let this live so you can see the quick shot that is going to take, because we're almost there. Bam. Now you see everything just started dropping down. This is cool, but as you see, it's kind of uniform. You know, uniform, just dropping straight down. So in order to bypass that, kind of give it a lively effect to it, is we're going to turbulence, add some turbulence in there. And what turbulence is going to do is basically shoot it all over the place. Now we're not working in the Z plane, we're 2 dimensions, mind you, so we can just bring that down to nothing. Let's bring our X up to 0.4, our Y up to 0.4. Why is my X not up to 0.4? There we go. And our density, let's see how this looks first, and then I think more might work with my density of random speed. So again, we will pause for your viewing pleasure. Okay, and through the murks of technology, once again, here we go. So this time, as this rendered out, you see that we have variance in the whole enchilada of how everything flies. So that's where we're going to leave that. Now I want to see, as this goes out, well, we can bring, at this point, we can bring both of these now together into a merge. Let's see, that's our, no, alt. This should be our foreground, I believe, and that should be our background. And now as we bring the two together, let's bring it back up here to somewhere about 80. This merge will feed into our media out. Although you notice every time I do a change, this render starts over again. So we're working, it's working, it's working. The computer is definitely working up a storm. So I want to take this moment here to say that if you guys haven't already, the basic 2D, yeah, the basic the basic lower thirds templates, if you guys want those, I have 12 of them set up already. Follow them from the link below. You can get your free templates. Just plug and play directly into the DaVinci Resolve. That will allow you to create your lower thirds. These guys here, because of how long we took them, they're going to be part of the paid package to be able to have these made for you. And still working on all that stuff, but when you get the paid package, you get all 12 of the lower thirds social media and you'll get all of these here as well that we make up. So with that said, you know, check out the link down below, guys, especially if you like these, if you find this. By the way, if you find this tutorial wonderful, hit that subscribe button and like button, and don't forget about the notification bell. So I think I mixed those up. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and then if you like it, give me a like and thumbs up, because you know it's awesome. So with that, we are basically done here. We're going to let this play out, and you notice once it renders through and it actually works fairly well. So we're playing through. Now, one thing that I don't like, you see you see that, and now, all right, now it's going through. Look at that. That is wonderful, and that's a good play there to the end. One thing that I do want to do is add a glow, and let's see, bring the glow up here. Okay, so what you see here is, you see I have on this screen here is the particle render, and here is the merge media. Let's see if we can just bring up the, okay, so here's the glow. You see what the glow does is just gives it that extra little shine here where these guys are getting together real close together, adds a little bit of glow to it. Now, one thing that I do want to do is I'm going to ramp up I'm going to basically double the number of particles, because I want to have pretty substantial image that's left behind. So basically it's gone, and then it starts dropping. That's kind of the look that I want. I want it to almost look as if particles replace the solid image. I want you to be able to actually, in your mind, kind of think the solid image is still there, just a little grainy before it just falls out and collapses. I know it's only for a split second, but those split seconds in imaging really do play a lot. Even though, yeah, you see on my Mac here is that I'm up to like, what, 81% RAM usage. This stuff just chews through the RAM. So you see the image is still kind of there and looks nice. So if we go back to play here and then play it out, so all right, if you noticed where the images were, how do I want to say, that last shot there as it was going across, it looked choppy as it was rolling, and that's because we could use some soft edge. Now the soft edge here is going to give us, I just want to make sure I have a bottom value that I know works, and I don't want to go up too high with it, but I want to make sure that I get something that works or above. So we'll give it another run through. Take a look on this screen. Look for the choppy mark. See if you can see if we've taken care of that. So it should start playing. Oh, rendered out. It's still rendering from making the adjustment right here with the soft edge. So we're a little bit more than halfway done, about 3/4 of the way. And we are ready to go. So there it goes, moving across. Just that little bit there kind of gives you a teaser. Starts dropping down particles, continues to move, and a lot less choppy there. As you can see, all particles go down. I just want to zoom in. We can stop for a moment. I want to zoom in. Yeah, I was thinking I was gonna get that. You see here, I got a little bit of, it looks like a little bit of alpha edge sitting right there. It's almost not even transparent. And so let's see, I want to take this guy. Let's go back here to, right, that's our key mark there. And then once we get to this point, we're good, right? We get to that point, we're good. I'm gonna move him off the screen even more. There we go. He's not even a thought anymore. Now, one thing that I do want to do at this point is I'm going to DOD set a set domain for both of these gentlemen. And the set domain, from my understanding, and I'm hoping, let me see here, did that have a, what's an auto domain? Let me take a look at some of these. So auto domain and set domain, picture, image, mode, adjust, copy. Yeah, let's go with that. So from my understanding, the set domain, the reason why it's important to do that, use a set domain, is that it will restrict the actual domain and rendering to what is important, because of the fact that we're using these masks that go way outside the image that we really don't care about anymore, because it's just a mask that's hanging out there. The fact that it's an object, to my understanding, is that the processor will still try to render all this stuff out here, even though we don't really care about it. And that's going to be the same thing with this rectangle out here. On this rectangle, our particle mask. Now that we brought that out there, same deal here. So that should help out with the processing power as we move forward. As I'm looking at it, it really doesn't seem to be helping now, but I believe that it's going to help more on the rendering side when we're done. So just hit play and see if that'll play through nicely for us. So this is the basic video. I'm about ready to finish up here. And here we go. Watch a full thing from scratch. We have this guy coming up out of nowhere. Floats up, drops back down, drops into this nice pool. I did this before. This rectangle here, that is our end rectangle, needs to be higher. And I'm going to bring him much outside of his realm. Is that by having this rectangle conversed in, obviously I am restricting where he is being shown. But right there we go. That should be good. It was only a mask. Now we have that. We have him popping up out of there. And then our two sliders coming out. This guy is depleting into nowhere. Slider, the name still coming out. And I really like this version here where I mask that out before you get a nice bump there. And then I masked it so that the lettering comes out of here. And now we'll have the particle emitter start to come up here in another 20 frames, and moves in. It's going to give us, oh wait, that's right, I moved it back, sorry. So moves in, start giving us that teaser, and now we're going to move forward. There we go. Now, on that go there, I noticed that this cat, well, it's, I was going to say, I noticed that that guy probably would have been somewhere around here in frames. Notice that the hard back particles were already falling, even though the hard background was still there. So one thing I know that I want to do is I'm going to up this one here to actually 5,000, not 50,000. That would definitely kill my processor. But then the other thing that I want to do is F4, turbulence, no, here, F4. Okay. I thought that I would have nixed that. Alright, so that guy, wrong. And I'm using a Windows machine, pressing the wrong button. Alright, so that is definitely not the smooth out that I wanted it. There we go. My magic mouse is going crazy. So let's just hit reframe these again. All right, so that guy is going to go somewhere there. This guy is going to go down here first, and then be something to the order of that. That is what we're looking for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, 20, 65, or 66. Okay, that's where I want to be. So let this render that through. I want to take a look how we actually, let's go back here. All right, so now that we have everything rendered out, I'll go ahead and well, not rendered out, but everything cached and ready to go. We'll go ahead and play just to show one more time. And what I'm looking for is how the render is. I'm sorry, I'm looking for the particles going down and where I am, where my mask is right here. So my mask is already taken away some of these guys. That's what I want. And I got the render coming in behind. So if I do, there we go. That's looking good. That's looking good. Now here, okay, my particles are still being formed. Okay, so we don't have anything. What I'm looking for, make sure of it, I don't have particles falling before we actually, yeah, that's good. I do like that. And then bada bing, bada boom. And that, my friends, is how we make the lower thirds. It took us four episodes to do that, and each of which has been over half an hour. I think last week's might have been the shortest one of them. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed. Do me a favor, once again, if you found any enjoyment out of this, do me a favor, hit that like button down below. Hit the subscribe button too, because I'm going to be releasing a lot of videos, not just for DaVinci Resolve right now. The reason why I've been doing DaVinci Resolve and going into DaVinci Resolve and doing all these lower thirds is that every business right now, the way that to basically market your information for free is via video. So you got to do non-verbal cues and call to actions, if you will, within your videos to bring your customers to the different channels that you're at. Because some customers are going to be, follow blogs, some are Facebook, some are Instagram. Whatever media platform you communicate best on with your customers, you need to have one of these on basically every video that you put out. So that's why I'm doing these, is to be able to show you how to develop some eye-catching lower thirds that nobody else has. If you take a look at anybody else's lower thirds, they don't have something quite like this. That's why it's here. It's something different. Anyway, hope you take advantage. And once again, you can get your free copy of the lower thirds by checking out the link below. And then also on that link below, there's a button on there where you can basically say, hey, I want you to make them for me, and then I'll make all of these for you. Plus I'll make one for Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And then you also have the 12 that I'll do for you. All that you got to do is give me your handle. What is your handle? All right, anyway guys, this is Antonio, and let me come to the full screen. I guess it's kind of nice when I talk to you on the full screen, isn't it? You get to see me a little bit. Anyway, hey, I hope that you guys enjoyed it. And remember, till next time, keep digging your wells. Talk to you later. Bye. Hey guys, this is Antonio. Thank you so much for watching that video. The fact that you're here means that you watched the entire thing, and I really, really, really appreciate it. You honestly have no idea how much I appreciate it. But it's my turn to actually offer you something more of value. I just got done here not too long ago taking this challenge. It's called the One Funnel Away Challenge. Now, this thing is freaking awesome. It's put on by Steve Larson, Russell Brunson, and Julian Stohan, who, as far as I know, all three of these individuals have all created million-dollar funnels, and they want to show you how to follow in their footsteps and show you the blueprints to kind of do the same thing on what it's done. Now, this is a small window, a 30-day challenge that is going to have a lot of work involved, but the amount of knowledge that you get out of it is awesome. I mean, it's phenomenal. And so many people take this challenge so many times just because of the fact there is so much information, and each time it's a little bit different because the students are different and they have different questions, different needs that need to be filled. So other items get addressed each time it goes through. So anyway, I want to share this with you. Click on the link below if you seem like you're interested in taking your business to the next level. Hey, who's it for? It's for anybody that needs more customers, would like to sell more products, could use more traffic to their websites, could use better ideas to basically draw people in and say, hey, you, get over here. All right. Anybody that falls underneath those terms, this is for you. Click the link below to check it out. All right. I'll give you more information there. You guys have a good one. Thanks again for everything that you've done. And remember, keep on digging your well.